Battlefield is my most played game by far. I started with Battlefield 3 and I just recently got 1000 hours in Battlefield 4 on PC. Some 3000 hours in total in Battlefields. I learned all about aiming and everything else playing this one franchise. But then I started trying out other games. I played couple hundred hours of Rainbow Six Siege. I have some 600 hours in Apex, and I have tried a lot of different shooters ranging from Overwatch to Quake to Valorant. I'm making this video from the perspective of someone who for the longest time didn't play anything but one game. And I want to tell you how I think playing other games improved me in all areas, which later helped me in Battlefield 2. Aim probably is the first thing that comes to mind when talking about this topic. And for sure, when you have played only one game, you start predicting instead of reacting. There are a lot of moves in Battlefield 4 that to this day I predict. It happens so fast that the clips sometimes look impressive, but it's less about good aim and more about experience in game. Something like air strafing or the glitches that are currently in the game, those are some examples of that. While it's not a bad thing in that game that you play, it hinders your growth and that learned skill doesn't transfer to other games. When you go outside your main game, in my case Battlefield, you get surprised of your skill level. Something like Overwatch or Apex require completely different approach to aiming. I found this out the hard way when I started playing Apex, and I just couldn't keep up with it. When you throw someone who is used to picking targets one by one in a fast time to kill game into a very tracking and dodging heavy game, it will look like they have never touched a mouse before. You definitely improve your aim just by playing something different, as long as you want to improve and you focus on it. But aiming is not the only thing that you can or will get better at. There's a lot of other more important things. Aim you can train in trainers if you need to. When I started playing Apex a bit more, it became clear to me that I just can't push an enemy team without a plan. Extremely aggressive solo playstyle was instantly punished. You either had to have perfect aim or good game sense to win a 1 versus 3. I had neither of those. I started playing ranked with my friends and I started paying attention to how we play as a team. Since I felt that I couldn't win gunfights by myself, I kinda became a support in the squad. While it was a joke with my friends that I was the IGL in-game leader in the squad, I really tried to play the role. I even tried to think the perfect legend combos, good rotations, and how to maximize points in general. We never got further than Platinum, but I believe I learned a lot from it. It was the first time I actually thought about how I'd play in different situations. Not because I tried to, but because I had to. Before Apex, I had played couple hundred hours of Rainbow Six Siege, which was the first FPS game outside of Battlefield that I played more than couple of hours. Like you know, R6 is nothing like the other games on this list. It's a game where you must play slow and tactical, especially as a new player. Map knowledge, information, and learning the abilities is absolutely crucial in this game. Without learning that part of the game, you will be one-shot through the whole building in the first 5 seconds of the match, because you didn't know about this perfect line of sight that the defenders have. Knowing the map through and through will help you in any game you play. You would think that much is obvious, but I'm still finding new stuff in Battlefield 4 Operation Locker, which helps me to win gunfights sometimes. Of course, knowing the small things make bigger difference in tech shooters compared to casual run and gun games. Still, it's something I learned to pay attention to and has helped me in multiple games. Something like Quake really requires good map knowledge if you want to even be decent in it. Just knowing where the loot spawns is a huge thing, though everyone learns that part automatically when playing it, but it's the movement and knowing where the enemy might be which makes the difference. That kinda brings me to the next game. It's funny when some people look at my Battlefield clips and tell me to go back to COD, Call of Duty, when I only really have some 20 hours in COD games. I bought Cold War back in the day thinking it was gonna replace Battlefield for me, when DICE was busy making mistakes. Well, it ended up being a pretty bad investment, and I don't have that much to talk about COD in this video. But there is one thing that comes to my mind when talking about COD. Because the maps are usually so small and TTK is fast, I noticed that those players who knew the spawns and had better awareness had a massive advantage compared to me. Feel free to call me out for saying things which aren't true, but I think that is also a skill that you can learn. Just basic awareness. I feel like I have built a sixth sense in Locker. I sometimes just know that someone is behind me. I don't know how to explain it better. Something like this probably comes in handy when playing smaller games like what Fragpunk was. There's one more game I want to bring up. Somewhat recently I played a bit of Valorant. It was my first proper taste of tech shooters. I have like 50 hours in CS, but honestly, I don't even remember playing it for that much. Never really liked the movement and shooting mechanics in these games, and I still don't. But Valorant taught me something. Patience. I often say that my playstyle in Battlefield is stupid since I jump around corners to get clips. Well, it doesn't work in Valorant, does it? That combined with my massive weakness with precision aiming and clicking, I noticed that I was lacking in skill massively. In a way that I did not notice when playing other games. Some of these improvements come by themselves, and some are things that you need to be aware of and figure out. There's more areas that you develop when playing variety of games, but I think I have talked enough for this video. Obviously, if you like this video, please leave a like and give me some feedback. It can be in Twitter, DMs, or anywhere in these comments. Just give me feedback. I wanna know if you guys like these videos and if there's something I could improve, like the topic of this video. So yeah, thank you for watching.